Hi everyone, this is Chris Blair and welcome to English 7280, Computer-Mediated Writing Theory and Practice. I thought I would use this opportunity to demonstrate QuickTime Player screen captioning function by overviewing our course site, which is in WordPress at English7280.org, which you can see right up here in the address bar. I'm basically going to point out some highlights about this space and the way in which you can rely on it as a resource this fall. This discussion presumes that you've already signed up for a WordPress account and that you have already accepted an invitation from me to the blog itself. So what we have here is a very menu-driven space, and in this case it begins with a welcome in both audio and alphabetic form, just providing some of the sense of the goals and the focus of the course and our time together. To actually get into the heart of the course description and its curricular goals, you can simply select the course tab to read about the overview of various topics, the format of the course, the types of questions it will address, and the actual format for our online discussions as well as our face-to-face discussions, along with the tools that we'll be using to develop skill sets in critical digital literacies. If you move over to the Activities tab, this explains basically the various assignments for the course. Primarily, each of you will produce an electronic portfolio, and that will allow you to develop your skill set over time, as well as to provide some opportunities for self-reflection and self-assessment. So each of the assignments that will be contained in the portfolio are listed here. So for example, I'm focusing on the technological literacy biography, and for each of these assignments there's just a brief description here, a breakdown of when it will be originally due for a first version studio review, and then finally, if you need to review the actual more formalized assignment sheet, you can click on the various links that are associated with that assignment, and then you'll be able to download those in Microsoft Word. And what those will overview are just the goals of the assignment, some samples of what's been done in the past, as well as format and deadline. So I hope you'll find that level of detail helpful. Going along to materials for the course, there are both required books and recommended books, many of which are tied into the Rhetoric and Writing Doctoral Program prelim exam. There will be additional readings that link to the schedule page or from the schedule page in PDF or URL form. I'll talk about those in a moment. The accounts that you'll need, both required and recommended, and then also the type of storage device that you'll likely need and other equipment that will allow you to both produce and consume digital information and digital content throughout our time together. If you migrate to the scheduling tab, it is broken down by weeks. And as I mentioned earlier, in addition to various activities for the week, there are both required and optional readings, which if you see a link, you can simply click on and then access that particular reading for the week. Also on this schedule will be the list of various deadlines for activities so that you'll see them as you review that schedule more on your own time. Moving over to assessment, this page talks about the ways in which different activities for the course are weighted between attendance and participation, in-class, peer review, and your final e-portfolio, which again you can review the requirements for on your own time. This will be a very interactive studio-based course, and so this page also talks about how that process will work, what role it plays in assessment, and how I, as the instructor, will actually be involved in assessment and evaluation, both face-to-face and online. If you tab over to the instructor info, here's where you can read a little bit more about my background as a computers and writing specialist, if that interests you. And also information about how to contact me as well. And then finally, under the tabs, we do have a resources link, which will grow over time, I hope, through your own expert input. It's interesting. It's just such a blessing and a curse these days. There's just so many tools that there's no way you can learn them all. So like you, I look forward to learning about the different types of tools and functions that they play in terms of the digital composing process. And I know many of you have expertise with various tools that I hope you will share with the rest of us. So that's the basic overview of the menu portion of the site. If you look at this particular WordPress template, you'll notice that it does have links to various other spaces that we'll be using on both a required and optional basis. We will have a YouTube channel for the course. We do have a Twitter account and hashtag. It's looking a little empty right now. And we also have an optional Facebook group as well. And I just find that while this is an optional space, Facebook can be a very quick and easy way to share resources. In addition, we will have other spaces, including a Google community and a wiki space, so that will enable more opportunities to store files, to collaborate and communicate, and to create a sense of online community for our course. So overall, I just hope that you feel comfortable accessing this space and other spaces that we'll be utilizing in the course. And I'm always here to address questions. But at these early stages, I just want to say welcome to English 7280, and I very much look forward to working with all of you. Thanks so much.